So at the weekend I decided to start a very big project, and that is rearranging my studio. As you might be able to see here, these shelves that I originally put in my studio are bowing under the weight of my stock, and they're not really strong enough to hold the weight of the products. We actually needed some of these shelves elsewhere, and so I decided to order some new shelves for my studio and repurpose these ones elsewhere in the house before the shelves get too bent that they can't be used anymore. So I started the process of emptying everything off, which then left piles of chaos all over my studio. I just had to pile everything up, and I will come to the sorting out stage later on in the video, but whilst my husband was free at the weekend, I really wanted to be able to just crack on with building the new shelves that I bought. So we actually moved the shelving units out of the studio, and then I was back to the blank white wall behind my packing desk, ready to start putting up the new ones. So this is the state of affairs. This is just piles and piles of stuff. More piles, more piles. I've got crap all down here, all on here, and then all on the floor, all around here is like piled high, and then all on my desk. So yeah, wish me luck. This is the new setup. So I've got, well, you see there, so I've got two little ones there, two little ones there for the heavier stuff, and it's like solid wood now, and then these two little cupboards at the bottom, I'm gonna shove all the stuff like shop displays and stuff in there. And then I've got two bigger shelves, but they're not quite as wide as the old ones, and again solid wood shelves, so I just need to build it up and decide what's going where, but it'll be pretty similar to how it was, so I don't think it'll be too bad. And then I can put some storage boxes on the top, and these shelves basically just click in, so I'm just going to decide what's going where, click them in, and then Bob's your uncle, Fanny's your aunt. I'm hoping it won't take me more than a couple of hours. How annoying is this? I thought I would fit 4 of these along here, but that's the total measurement with these posts, so actually I can fit 3, and then there's a really irritating gap that I don't know what I'm going to do with it. Hi everyone, and welcome to a brand new studio vlog. It is a brand new week, and I am not feeling fresh as a daisy, as you should. After the weekend, you will have seen me in my studio this weekend having a big sort out, and my fibromyalgia is, yeah, I've had a flare now that I've been building furniture and stuff at the weekend. My lovely mum came and helped me do a lot of sorting yesterday. I am exhausted this morning. I definitely can't carry on with it today as I hoped. Every muscle that I didn't even know exist is killing me today. Everything's cramping, even my fingers, like just everything, everywhere, all at once. So I can't do any more today. It's just not going to happen. I'm slightly concerned how I'm going to feel tomorrow, because I normally feel worse on the second day after I've done a load of stuff, so we'll see about that. So I've got comfy clothes, I've parked myself on the sofa because the studio, yeah, you can't work in there today. And I'm actually going to work on a new washi tape design. I made myself a much needed iced coffee, I've got my laptop, and we're going to have a play and see what I can come up with. Hi, so it's Tuesday and I'm still very sore, but a lot better than yesterday, so I'm back, and so I'm going to show you where we got to on Sunday. So as you will have seen, my original plan was to put pins on these smaller shelves because they are smaller and therefore there is not as much weight like per unit on each shelf, but these are solid wood, unlike the old ones, and because 3 wouldn't fit there without there being a really irritating gap, I've utilised these larger shelves for the pins, and so I've used the same cardboard storage bins that I used before. I've still got loads of spares. I have left blank ones for new pins that have been ordered, and yeah, this is holding up really well. It's like so solid, and it is also still narrower than my other ones. So it's a work in progress. At the bottom I've obviously put things I don't use as often. So this is plastic packaging that I reuse. Don't know what's going to go there yet. Then I've got notebooks. I have got blank boxes here for washi tape. I'm hoping to have some more washi designs come in. And then here I've got prints, and here I've got sticker sheets. So I've just utilised some of the IKEA bins I already had to put like my postcard prints in. And then in here I have the cards for the sticker packs in the front, and then behind here is all my sticker sheets. I'm just going to cut these dividers down, but that'll fit more stickers in than the boxes I had before. Then on the second shelf, this is all full of ring boxes, and this is the sleeves that go on the ring boxes. Then this tub here is where I put rings that are already boxed, just ready to be packed, which I need to do another round of because I've run out. Then I've got journaling kits here, and then these would be for washi. This is for my soft like wristlet keychains, and this is the backing cards for key rings, because next to that these are my 2 keyring designs, so I can get the packaging. So I'm trying to put the packaging with the products so that I can just grab things at the same time. The only thing is notepads are currently in the house, and I've got a baby little shelf here which has got the belly bands on. So that is that. And then in my middle section, so the bottom row here is things I don't use as much. So these 2 are actually leftover Christmas decorations. Then I've got blank hanging ornaments. I've got some heart-shaped ones and some round ones, and I might do some more of those for my upcoming collection. Then I've got blank compact mirrors, and then these are my 2 pocket mirror designs. And then this shelf and this shelf, that's all pins, which is super exciting. Like I said, I've left 4 blank ones there for some new pins that have been ordered, which I'm excited to share with you about that. And then this one I think is going to be a pin in my new collection, but I just shoved it there to fill the space. And then I have pocket hearts, key rings, key rings. So my plan is I can just keep going with that as I stock more lovely things. I'm on the floor. And then these are really cool actually. They're like cabinets that basically fit into the shelf, and they've just got these really like smooth sliding doors. I was worried that they might stick a little bit, but they're really smooth. And I've currently got all my like shop and market displays that I'm not currently using. So like cardboard stands, acrylic stands. What's in this one? Stands galore. This has got card reader stuff in it. Then the same with this one. There is some spinning displays in here. This is like little bits and bobs like safety pins and clips and pricing stuff. Wooden and acrylic displays. Another cardboard display. And then I've just got a tablecloth, my high vis. So that's all shop and market and trade show like display stands basically, and they can just be out the way in the cupboards. So moving on to this larger one, I've got mugs on the bottom that haven't got designs on yet. Then I've got mugs that are boxed and ready to go. These are extra mug designs and the labels for the boxes. And then this shelf, you can probably guess what it is, but holds some products that I will be experimented with for the new collection. On the 2 at the other end, this is kind of where I'm at currently. So we've got like paper carrier bags, paper bags, extra envelopes, extra packaging. So I have a packaging stand under my packing desk, and these are just extras that I'll top it up with. And then the same here, this is just like extra glue dots, adhesives, thermal labels. It's just extras for stuff, so I thought I'd put that furthest away. And then this end one is the one that I've got the most space left on. If you can see, I don't know if you can. Yeah, you can. There's what looks like a pipe running down here. It's not actually a pipe. It's it holds all the electrics in for my lights. And when I had the lights put in, the person that did it was like, oh, I could run it through this white tubing and then it kind of gives an industrial look and it might be cool. And I was like, yeah, that is really cool. And then I was away when he actually did it. And obviously I knew where I wanted furniture, my husband didn't. And it's happened that they run down the wall in the most awkward places. So my husband's cut a hole in this shelf for the pipe to slot through so that it can go flush back against the wall. And so he's going to do the same all the way down. But because I think the floor's probably not quite level, this gets closer to this side, like the distance between the pipe thing and the wood gets slightly narrower. So he said, when you decide where you want your shelves, I'll mark it and cut it. So that's what I'm going to do this afternoon, is decide what else is going on there and what heights I want the shelves. And then this double bookcase in the middle previously just held like planner stuff, some of which I've taken in the house because I do that in there now, and craft stuff. But I've rearranged and crammed more craft stuff on here because I knew these shelves weren't quite as deep as the old ones. And the old ones were maybe 35, I want to say, and this is 30. I didn't think that would make that much difference, but it is. And also I am leaving extra room because I know I'm going to have new product ranges and stuff coming in, and I don't want to fill this all with craft stuff and then not have room for stock and business stuff. Plus there's so much stuff all over the place that still hasn't found a home. So I've been trying to utilise those two white bookcases for more of like my personal fun crafty bits. So things aren't quite as nicely aesthetically spread out anymore. Let me show you. So there is stuff hanging around, but at the very bottom here I've got craft kits that I'm not currently working on but will work on. This stuff over here is planner stuff. There's a giant basket of stuff that I need to de-stash at the next planner event. More miscellaneous journaling stuff. My most used journaling stuff is in the house, and then I get extra bits and bobs over here when I need it. This is all vinyl, crickety bits and bobs, art stuff and books along here. Then I've got my giant shelf of planners and notebooks, which is now full, but I can always make room for more. And then yeah, there is just more decorative stuff higher up, which I could squish together and make more room if needed. And then the same this side, like the top three shelves are mostly decorative. And then I feel like a weather woman. And then on the very, very top, I've got my laminator, my silhouette and my Cricut, because I don't use my silhouette and my Cricut as much anymore, so they don't live permanently out anywhere. So they're just going to live up there in that awkward little gap. I have been utilising the top of these other shelves for stuff. So I can't remember what's in that box, it needs labelling. These are mug boxes, then there's extra gift boxes, extra like just blank boxes and things that I need to store. So I will be storing like least used extras up there as well. I will say that these shelves being shallower has meant that this distance is now a lot bigger. So it might be that I can pull this packing desk back and have a bit more space this side for I don't know what yet. Also, I did think that in the long run, if I do run out of space, thinking optimistically again, what I could do is put my packing desk along the back wall and then actually get more of these, but like put them in rows. So I've got aisles. So yeah, I was thinking long term, like everything's quite flexible in here and that's a way I could swap it round. But as you can see, I've left myself space higher up. But yeah, let me show you what I've still got left to find homes for. So my packing desk is currently filled with empty boxes, boxes with things in, yeah, all sorts of unorganised bits and bobs. I am taking the opportunity to see what needs clearing out and not giving that home, and then hopefully it'll encourage me to get rid of it instead of just hoarding it. The stuff I went through for mystery boxes is still on this centre island, but I have been adding to it as I've been clearing out. So there's still some stuff on this middle island, but that was piled super high. This is mostly empty boxes, and whatever's empty I think needs to go in the house. These are all seconds mugs from when I was trying to get to grips with the mug press, and there's some in there as well, so I need to think about what to do with those. This area is now tidy again. This is my sewing machine, just lives down there now. And I had this cupboard at the end that my husband was getting rid of, and I said, no, I'll cram that in somewhere. So that's lived down here now, and this is like stuff I use with my heat press a lot. And then what I decided to do is, it's got blank tote bags in there, so ones that haven't been pressed yet, and then these are my DTF transfers. So I am trying to put stuff where it's going to be used. Actually, there's stuff here. This desk that's in the middle of the room actually needs to go back there, so it's what forms the L shape of my packing area, but I just moved it so that I had more room to like build stuff and maneuver. So that's currently got loads of miscellaneous stuff on it that needs sorting. My sticker drawers, I'm really trying to find a matching one, but TK Maxx have stocked it for like the last couple of years, and I was like, no, I'll only buy one. And now I can't find it in there when I want a second one. But my plan is to actually put those on the wall over here, because there's little screw holes on the back, because they take up a lot of room on the shelves, because they're very tall, but they're not very deep. These two drawers actually live under that desk when it's back in position, and again they've got craft stuff in, like how much craft stuff does one person need? And then this area is just such a massive waste of space at the moment. This is an old desk I had when I only was like working out of the living room, the dining room. I was all over the place before I got in here. You can see that on my old vlogs. And I've just put this giant paper cutter on it. It's so heavy, it's too heavy to lift up and down when I need to use it. And so that lives there. But really, in the long run, I could just do with something narrow to put it on, and then get rid of it, and then have like maybe some more shelves and stuff in here. So these drawers have got paper and card in, and I don't know where else to put them because they're just not fitting anywhere, which is not a great system because that's not a very sensible place to keep them. I've just got my cricket mats in here and some big laminating pouches because again, I didn't know where to put them. And then there's just like old side tables hanging around. And then there's just this awkward little nook where I've got my fan, some camera bags, more camera bags. But yeah, I feel like that space could be converted into shelving and be so much more user-friendly. Like maybe actually I could have a little table in here just with my paper cutter on, and this area could all be shelves and just be a lot more functional, because it's just a waste of space at the moment. And then there's just some more odd bits on here to sort. So I've got a mountain of clear discs and metal discs, and I don't really do disc-bound notebooks anymore. And then I just need to sort out whatever's hanging around. So that is my interim studio tour. I am going to grab something to eat, and then I'm going to get cracking on with sorting the rest of the stuff that is hanging around. I am noticing that I've only got one long shelf left, and that's concerning me. I don't think I've ordered enough because I thought they would be spaced out more, but they ended up being close together because I put my pins there instead. So might be another IKEA trip / order to be able to get more shelves to finish those off. But let's not worry about that now. Let's just do what we can do. Okay, question. What can I use this for? Somebody tell me. It's got 3 pockets. I used to put pins on it, but I got a different pin display, and then I thought I'm not really using the pockets. They're quite deep pockets. What can I use it for? What can I put in here? Like if you put something too heavy, it kind of falls forward. So it needs to be something reasonably light, but I could even decorate the pockets, but I'm sort of stumped. Give me your ideas in the comments, please. so getting there now. I thought the end was never in sight, but I've got a pile of stuff to go in the house, a very big pile. So, I mean, that then causes a problem in there, but never mind that. One of the last things that was like really bugging me is this. So any boxes that come in that I think, oh, I can really use that to send an order out. It's usually bigger boxes that I use to send items to stockists, and they end up in a very messy pile down here with packing paper and all sorts of stuff. And it just bugs me that it's the first thing you see when you walk in, because it's functional, I need it, but yeah, it's just one of those little annoying things. So my mum, because she's a genius, suggested, what about having a play of using this that I got made up for top drawer and attaching it up here, maybe? We're gonna have a play. If it had like side struts, I could kind of put it midway, but if you see some of the boxes at the bottom, I don't think that's the end of the world. So I don't know, I'm gonna have a try and see how it looks. I think the problem's gonna be that there's nothing to stick it to further down. Yeah, I don't think this is gonna work. It's a nice idea, because that could go. But then what? Because there's nothing to attach it to on the sides. So that doesn't really work, does it? No, it doesn't work. I'm experimenting. I have two of these in storage, so I've just borrowed this one from by my sofa. But I've got two more of these in storage that I bought for top drawer. If I utilise them in the office, it means I don't have to store them. That's like, gives me more space. I can still use them for trade shows if I need to. So I'm thinking I've got room to put two back to back. The boxes can slot in, and then that banner was actually designed to perfectly cover this across the front and round the side. So I might be a genius. What do we think? I think that's actually quite cute as you come in. It's like a pop of colour. It's way better than a load of messy boxes. It's got my brand pattern on, which is cute. You can see here there's like a shelf there, so if I wanted to put anything there, I could, if I need to. So now what I need to do is just make the other two. So put one at the other side and put one by the front door where I poached this from. Everyone, it is Wednesday and I came in here and finished off the last few bits last night, and I love how it has ended up. I ended up making a few changes, so I'll show you what they were. So I came in and built the extra one of these white units last night, and originally, you'll know, I put them here. And then when we put this desk back so that I've got the L shape, I realised that you wouldn't be able to pull things like out the back this side because that desk is in the way, so I just swapped them round. So now we've got this on the side and it's still blocking the messy view of all those boxes. And then these two sets of drawers that just have craft stuff in that were around here are under there. It actually all fits a lot better, and then I'll show you how it looks from the other side. But I'm just happy that when you walk in now, it's a much cleaner view, so you've still got this packing area here. Maybe long term I'll do something with that, but it doesn't bother me too much. It's better than a load of empty boxes. And then you've just got these drawers which are nice and tidy. And then here's how it looks with two of those units pushed back to back. It gives a lot more room. This box and this box can actually be pushed back more, or things stored behind them. And there is a lot more room down there, but it just tidies up those extra boxes and packing papers and things. And then this little thing here I didn't have in my last studio tour. It is literally it's meant to be a laundry basket on wheels, but it's just a little bin that I got off Amazon. Maybe I'll link it in my Amazon storefront because it was super cheap and it's so handy. You just fit the poles in when it comes, and it's on wheels, so I usually keep it here. But say if I'm doing something on my middle island or by my desk or wherever that I know there's going to be lots of paper recycling, because that's normally what I generate, then I just like wheel it across the office to wherever it needs to be. And it's super skinny, so it doesn't take up much room, and it just fit perfectly there. Like, how perfect is that? Then my pink rolling cart is next to it. It actually folds up. It's one I can take to events and stuff, but I use it when I'm here for storing little packaging bits. And I realised that I can actually make it straddle the legs of the two desks, and it just tucks under there, so I can fit more in underneath, like in total. And then this has just stayed the same. There's just a few extra bits on there, but it's all just the main envelopes and boxes and stuff that I use while I'm packing. Then on the desktop in the corner is the rest of the stuff I use when I'm packing. So I've got my pink postage scales. I love them so much. My washi tape, stickers, pricing labels, thank you flyers, paper bags, envelopes, and then just like tape pens. And this little tray here has got like glue dots, post-its, just little bits and bobs. And then this is where I pack orders. So I tend to lay the packing slips out here, get all the products ready, and then one by one I like do a little production line and package each one here. So yeah, I love my little packing corner. So if we look behind me to the new shelving wall, I love how it looks. I've put all the stock up this end because that's where I'm going to be grabbing it from to pack orders. So this corner of my office is just super functional. I was going to put my sticker drawers on the wall. I would have staked anything that there were screw holes on the back, but there aren't. But hey ho, never mind. As it stands, I've still got loads of shelving space left because I had a clear out while I was working through stuff. But as I'm expanding more and more product lines and things, they will obviously fill up, which is very exciting. And as I make up more and more stock for the events I'm attending this year, like I need to start making stock for Stationery Fest in June, then they'll get full. So I haven't changed anything on here since I initially showed you what was there. I've just added to the other end. So this unit here is where I had all extra packing supplies, and I've just added another couple of shelves on the top with adhesives, thermal labels, extras. I think they might have been there before. And then these are some extra packing bits that I had. Some postcards for trade shows, some packaging for mystery sticker packs that I want to put together soon. And then I just have my badge maker and things on this shelf on the end, and some files, but in general that's free for extra stuff. And then I just had a slight switch around over here, so I ended up putting these three in here because they fit really nicely, my two punches and my badge maker. These two bookcases are now super crammed, and I think they were a lot more aesthetically pleasing before. However, I know now that the majority of stuff on here is like personal fun crafting and planning stuff, and there's just a bit more separation between like what's on here is playtime. And then what's on here is work time. Under my middle island, I do have a few bits I need to sort. This box here is full of stuff that needs selling off. It's a lot of materials for product making that I don't make those products anymore. So I might sell them off in bulk maybe, I'm not sure. Then I've started counting out the pins for my big order that I got last week. And these are all the backing cards, and then these are all seconds mugs. So yeah, I need to decide what to do about those. And then on the middle island is still all stuff for the mystery bags, but now everything's clear, I can get back to deciding about the mystery bundles and what's going to be in each bundle. But this middle island is basically flexible, the desks raise up and down, and I use it for different projects depending on what I'm working on at any particular time. I've still got my little chill zone by the door. It's nice to be able to sit and see the garden. It's nice and light and bright, so I really love that, and it is just an extra big pop of colour. So behind those bookcases that we talked about a second ago with all my play stuff on, I have my 3 printers and heat press. Let me show you. So they're all EcoTank printers. So this one is the Canon G7050, and this one is super fast, and it does double-sided in A5, which when I was doing a lot of planner inserts came in really handy. It's a really good quality printer, but it's not as good quality as this one. So I got this one back out of storage. The less products I've been making in-house, I mostly just use this printer. I print off all my order slips, anything and everything really, except for if I'm doing something for a product, like art prints for example, that I do on this one because it's just a bit higher quality. And this is also an EcoTank printer, and it's the Canon G501. And then this one is an Epson EcoTank, the ET2810, and this is one that I converted to a sublimation printer, which you can see in a previous vlog. I will link it so you can see if you're interested, if that's something you're interested in. So this is what I print out all my sublimation stuff on. So if I am doing mugs, when I did my wristlets, when I'm doing my pocket mirrors, anything, hanging ornaments, anything that's being sublimated gets printed on here. And then in the corner is my auto heat press. So print the sublimation, we press it on the products, and so this is more of like a production zone. And then this is a slight change around on the end. So I said before that I wasn't sure what to do with those acrylic drawers that had like papers and stuff in. So I thought I could just squeeze them in this gap on top of this unit, because then they're near my printers. It makes more sense than them just being in a random corner of my office. So they've all just been slotted there, and there are a few other materials and things like this frosted acetate in there. There's cardstock, label paper, photo paper, and then in this little tub at the top, there's just some postcards and greeting cards that I can print onto. I don't do those at the moment in my shop. And then photo paper that I use for my journaling. And then like I showed you before, there's just this little cupboard at the bottom which has got my tote bags and transfers in. And then nothing's changed under the desk, it's exactly how it was. These 2 sets of drawers have got different types of papers in that I use a lot, except for these top 3 which have camera equipment in, and then these drawers have some plastic recycling in and some stuff that needs shredding, but the others are empty, so I could use those. And then this little tray here is just paper that's printed on one side, and I'll feed it back through for scrap paper to use the other side for less waste. And then this little drawer, which came with the desk, has just got a few bits in for my heat press, my gloves, some sticky spray, some tape, and then I've just got my sewing machine and a tripod underneath. In this corner there's a little cupboard, which I could now rearrange a little bit. I've still got my old Plan, Inspire, Create banner. Those white units were in the back corner here, so the back corner's now empty, so I could like push everything back and round, but I don't really go in there very often. It's just got displays for events, a temporary table for when I'm practicing stall setups or if I ever need to take one, and just spare printer paper and things. This is still a little bit of a corner of doom. I've just got my lights over here. Like I said, I've got my paper cutter on that desk. I've still got some tools out here because I need to take this apart and sharpen the blade. I took it apart and cleaned the blade the other week, and it does actually need sharpening, but we didn't have anything to sharpen it with. Great. So I had to put it back together to use it. So I'm going to take it all apart again and do that. And then there's just my lovely desk area. So I've got my lovely wall calendar up. Can you see? My first ones that I produced last year. April's illustration is "Don't hit snooze on your dreams." What's May? Let's have a look. Ah, the hummingbird darts lightly through the world, spreading beauty and joy and teaching us to appreciate the wonder and magic of every day. I love that. Those are still in the shop, discounted, and they might be making their way into mystery bundles, the few that I have left. Then I've got my vision board. Still love having this above my desk. I did a video on putting that together, and it just reminds me why I'm doing everything that I'm doing. And I've just got all my lovely pens, my keyboard, my big screen, my laptop, a little wax melt lamp, and then I've got my little inspiration board over here by the window. You can see it's filled with things that people have sent me, photos, things for inspiration, all sorts of stuff. And then I've just got my label maker, which is trying to make a bid for freedom that I do my shipping labels on. And then my dog Maggie has to have options, right? So sometimes she lies on this fluffy cushion under my desk. Sometimes she lays on this beanbag and she can look towards the house and see all the comings and goings in the garden. And then sometimes she lays on the sofa. So that is my newly rearranged and reorganized office. I feel super productive. I'm going to pack orders in this space now, which is exciting. I love a fresh, reorganized space. It always makes me feel so much more productive, and I just feel like I've got a clear head and I know what to get on with, especially so after the studio has been such a mess for the last few days. So I really hope you enjoyed seeing behind the scenes and seeing how my space is evolving as I'm using it more. I will be going to South Korea next Wednesday, but I have a couple of videos lined up to go out while I'm away. How organised am I? So I hope you enjoy those. Keep commenting. I will be replying to comments and things. I'd really like it if you could comment and like and share this video, because it's really helping to get my channel seen by the people who are going to love these videos too. Take care, and I will talk to you all very soon. Bye everyone!